work and stuff.
Mm.
Ain't nothing too different. I mean, obviously, just meeting over the phone. That's the only thing that changed throwing with people.
Mm. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, I know. I know it was tough coming back home. Was y'all on spring break yet, or what?
Well, see, we had our spring break early, so we had our spring break like the end of February. So we did that, and then right when we came back, that's when they told us that, oh, y'all can go home. So I came back for like basically a week,
Mm.
and then they sent us home right before spring practice.
Mm. That's tough. I know you.
Yeah,
I know you already had. You was premeditating.
exactly.
Let's get going. Okay. Well, this dude here, man, I done seen this dude grow up. Uh, I grew up with his brother, his older brother, and just seeing this dude just overcoming obstacles, challenges thrown his way. He just figured out how to get through it, and I know your support system, your pops, your moms, all them good people. Uh, and this dude here, if you don't know him by now, the world gonna know him soon enough. Uh,
Yes, sir.
Kaylan Wiggins, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Just trying to stay out the way, not catch the virus.
I feel that. I feel that. First off, man, let's take it back. Let's take it back before your senior season at Seminole High School. Sanford, Florida, in the building, for sure, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Um, you had a pretty solid junior year, pretty good junior year. But going to your senior year, what was your expectations? What was your mindset? How was you thinking? Like, okay, I got to separate myself because it was like you had like Army and Navy looking at you at the time. So,
Yeah, so I want to say my junior spring, the spring going into my senior year, I ain't have any offers at the time. So I think Navy, nah, I'm wrong. Army pulled the trigger first.
mm,
They offered me da. It's more of a running offense. The triple option, obviously, with both of those schools. So then Navy came, and as that came, it opened my talk with more coaches. It got bigger because now coaches like, oh, if they offered him, I want to see what he about. So
mm-hmm.
came to that. So I started talking to people, and a lot of people started saying, I want you to come to this camp and do that. Then we went into that spring. As we went into the spring, obviously it was prove my throwing going into senior year. I need to prove that I could throw the ball. Everybody know I can run the ball, and I'm this great athlete. I need to prove I could throw. So I proved I can throw. I went to a couple camps, and then Tulane offered me that
Well,
summer.
let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Let's
Oh,
slow it down.
okay,
Let's slow
okay,
it.
okay, okay, okay.
So all I want you to know, or would you have thought if somebody came up to you and was like, man, y'all boys gonna go 12-0. You feel me? Y'all boys just go
uh,
run through the city, run through everything. What would have been your thoughts, man?
so I mean, I could say around springtime. Yeah, we knew we was gonna be good, but thinking that because we spring we had a new coaching staff just come in,
Mm,
so the spring game was kind of we was iffy. We was learning the offense. Defense was getting beat up, and even over the summer when we doing 7-on-7s, we scoring and then we getting scored on. So I believe like it was rough. We knew we was gonna do what we was, but to say, undefeated Final Four, that was. That wasn't really. That kind of just happened as the season went. We was just like, dang, we real deal undefeated. Like, we might as well finish strong now.
yeah,
So it was just that, taking it one game at a time, and we just, made it to the Final Four.
yeah, that was pretty dope. I didn't know y'all was gonna be that good for real, for real. I didn't know y'all was gonna do it like that. I'm like, they keep rolling. They just keep piling, and the way y'all was doing it though, it wasn't like nail bodies. Y'all was like putting up points, boy.
Yeah,
Putting
yeah,
up like y'all had. Oh, I got some scores. Y'all beat Oviedo 35-0.
yeah. And
You,
we didn't play the second half that game.
but I
Yeah, they
think
took us out early.
I think your coach at the time, Coach Starks. Don
Yeah.
Starks, he was like, that's the first time y'all beat Oviedo at Oviedo since like the year they won states in 2008. Was that?
Uh, yeah. I don't think they won out of Vito in a while. I mean, it's probably that following year because we played them at Seminole that year.
Mm. Okay.
But even though that's still a true thing because my junior year we lost at Oviedo.
Okay.
I think my freshman year the varsity team they lost there too. So with Oviedo always hated them. They right up there with Lake Man.
Yeah. I feel that. So, man, first off, before we get into your senior year, uh, being coached by your pops, you know what I mean? You know, everybody. It's reconnected. Hold on. You
I'm back.
good?
Okay.
What's the last thing you
Yeah, I
heard?
turned the Wi-Fi off.
Okay. So, so what last thing you heard me say?
Just the last thing about Oviedo.
Mm. So I said before going into your senior year, or going more in depth, tell me, you know, the I know everybody love it, but being coached by your pops, you know what I'm saying? Before going further in your football career, what's some of the things you learned from him, and how do you deal? Because I know people in the city talk, and the pressure
Hmm.
of living up. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot. I feel personally like my dad coaching me in high school. Like, dang, I gotta be. You know what I mean? I gotta be my
Yeah,
best on the field, off the field. Like, it's an extra target on my back because people looking for something. So, what's some of the things you experience with that whole thing?
like, but like how you say about that, like with the pressure. My dad been coaching me since I started football. Since I was 6 years old, he was
Mm,
my coach. So from 6 all the way to 18 of my senior year, he was always there for me. So by the time I'm getting the senior midgets, junior midgets, or even when I say my freshman year, it ain't that pressure no more. This is something I've been dealing with
mm,
since I was 6 years old. So now I'm basically being raised most of my years of playing football. My dad right there. So that pressure just it's probably what made me the player I am today. As you
mm,
can say, what I learned. I learned that people gonna talk, people gonna hate. Daddy ball this and that.
mm,
And like, yeah, it was probably some people out there that was obviously better than me. I ain't taking that from them, but it was never given to me.
mm,
I feel like I earned it. I did what I did. And I mean, look where I am today. I'm not knocking nobody, but I'm saying that's where I am today. I worked, and he was there by my side. He helped out. But more towards my senior year, he was just a running backs coach. It was really Coach Stark took over.
mm,
And he was coaching me as a quarterback. He did what he did. He improved me as a quarterback. So that kind of jumped off of my senior years. Let me know what it was going to be like when I get to college without my dad. So,
mm,
and I think that was also a blessing that Coach Stark came in and was able to help me with that.
mm. That's real. Like you said, who you are now. When you was younger, do you feel like you was kind of destined to be this person? Like you was like, man, it's like it was in the water.
I mean, yeah, because it was just like, I grew up around football, with my dad and kid, they both, them being who they was, the kid just as smart as my dad when it come to
Mm,
football. Kid might be smarter, on the
mm,
defensive end of it. My dad on the offensive end, come out together. I'm with both of them being at Seminole. I'm growing up.
mm-hmm.
I'm on the sideline every Friday night. I'm at practices. So it's like, I'm seeing this stuff. I'm able to pick up the game. I'm able to be around football. So, felt like you dream hard enough, it's gonna be there for you.
Mm. I like that. That you dream hard enough is gonna be there for you. That's real. So was there anybody like, of course your pops, your brother, is it somebody out in the city or somebody on TV when you was growing up and you saw him, you was like, man, they doing that. I think I could do that too.
Oh, easy, the big three, Ray, Dalrymple, and Andre. That's easy, you know they all Americans. They won the state championship. I mean, that was our goal.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily we were stopped in the final four. I believe if we went to that game, we was gonna win it.
Listen, man.
But
Listen, man. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish though.
but yeah, obviously them, other boys in the team, even boys I grew up with, I looked up to. You feel me? With Bam and
Mm,
Perk and these boys, and then even Gabe.
mm,
Look how that work out. Gabe and my homeboys. So it's a lot of boys that I can say, like yeah, we all pushing. That's what pushed me, knowing that. They going where we going. We all go together. Not how that look for Sanford. We all made it out at the same
Mm,
time. So that was one of the things that always pushed me.
mm. That's that. Yeah, that support. Like I said, that community support, having brothers, having people doing the same thing you doing, and y'all all focus on that one goal. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's a beautiful thing because as you get older, you get certain people get into this, get into that. They stop, of that regiment. Them putting that time in, putting that time in, putting that time in. They shorten up. They get some people get attention early, and I don't have to do too much. I don't have to prove myself no more. But I'm glad y'all boys really got that tight knit group and really pushing, man. Keep that no matter what to forever.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Some of the advice your parents gave you, you know what I mean, that you still hold to this day, no matter the situations and things you go through in life now.
Um, I mean, the biggest thing, ain't nobody gonna do it for you.
Mm,
And it's not gonna be given for you. What you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it.
mm,
I had a lot of lazy ways growing up. Didn't want to work, didn't want to do this and that until I got getting to a point where like, well, why I ain't doing that? Why I can't do this? And why certain things ain't happening for me
mm,
on the field? And I was humbled enough to be able to say like he was able to show me, you got to do this. You got to work on this move for this move to be able to happen to you. When you were basketball, I could go off a story of my uncle Jay.
mm,
I couldn't dribble. I couldn't even do a left hand layup. I remember I spent a week just doing left hand layups. Now I can. It's easy for
mm,
me. So it's just someone if you want to get something, you work at that and you improve it. And if you work on your weaker part of your game, per se, you work on that. Then now you getting yourself equal. Now you getting everything better. Now you ain't got no weak parts. Now you
mm,
good. You able to go. So that's something that stuck with me. Just being able to work, get that done. Obviously just stay humble, man.
mm,
Put always thank the Lord. Always thank who was able to put you where you was, but never get too big headed because
mm.
as fast as you rise, as fast you can come back down.
That's real. That's real. That's where it's at. That's where it's at.
Hmm.
So y'all go 7-0. I think what's this? Like first time y'all went 7-0 since. Well, I don't even think Ray don't went 7-0.
Nah, they ain't going undefeated.
So this is I don't know when the last.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
So y'all undefeated, man. Eight, like when it start hitting you, like man, like maybe we could do something. You know what I mean? Maybe we got it.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know if you got the schedule with you, but whenever going into the season, we was like, University is the best team
Y'all beat.
on our schedule this
Uh
year.
huh.
And we was like, University the best team on our schedule this year. So summer, even till that Friday, we beat University. We there.
Mm.
We play University. We beat them the way we beat them. We like, all right.
Mhm.
Now we just like, oh shoot, we got so much, and then I think that's what kind of threw us off when we played Brantley the first time.
Mm.
So we like, man, Brantley. So we beat Brantley. I want to say by touchdown, 2 touchdowns. Me and Gabe played. We ain't have a good game. Hemp saved us game.
Mm.
So and then that's when we got back on. I think we don't want to say we got big headed, but we had a hurricane that Friday, so we had to play Lyman on the Monday
Mm.
and we almost lost to them. We going in the game, we thinking Lyman,
Right.
their reputation.
Right.
Lyman ain't. So we thinking like, oh. So then we like, all right, y'all, we got to turn it up now. So we get there, and then that was the Friday. That Monday we played Lyman. That Friday we played Oviedo,
Mm.
and I believe that's why we
Uh.
played the way we
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
Going in our head, we like, all right, y'all, we can't underestimate no people like this. Serious now. And that was probably around the time we was getting 6 and 7 because that was towards the later end of the season. So once we went undefeated, because even our last game got canceled, they didn't want to play us. They was going to the playoffs. It was a regular game. So Lake Mary, we knew Lake Mary was our last game. That's why we did what we did with Lake Mary. So, and I think after we beat Lake Mary, that's when we really settled down. Like playoffs coming, we knew, like, yeah. we gonna get this state championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all had the triple threat. You, Gabe, and DJ. That's why I tell my pops, because I was at that game when y'all lost to Dr. Phillips. Even my pops said it. Because y'all offensive line, I don't know what they doing now. I don't know where they at. But no boys could block, man. And
Them
I
boys
think
are great.
DJ got hurt. But like me and my pops
DJ
said,
got hurt
bro,
picking apart.
the
Yeah.
the holes for that team, the holes are so wide, so long. But DJ, if he was playing, he had at least 2 touchdowns. At least. I feel like.
Easy.
Because
Yeah, he would have took off.
you know what I'm saying? It was so wide open. It was like you see the hole. You if people that don't know football, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, and you see the hole, like you see the running gaps. And I mean, the offensive line played everything was played to a T. And I feel like at the end of the day, it was just I feel like those are games you remember. So when you do like reach your success, when you whatever that person you see yourself being or that person you becoming, you remind yourself of them kind of games where this what kept me going. This was gonna keep me going because I done hit some adversity. Cause I'm telling you, y'all team should have won states, bro. Like
Easy.
easy, bro. Like easy,
Easy.
bro. But still, so we into the season. Before after into the season, y'all undefeated. You get that call. Tulane pull back their scholarship. What
Yeah,
what
remember it to
what
today.
what your pops get the
Yeah,
call
I got it written
first.
down.
You
Nah,
know.
nah, they so basically they, I commit in July. We going through. I remember we played Lake Mary around October 30th. We always played Lake Mary around Halloween.
Mm.
So it was Halloween weekend. Play Lake Mary, boom. And me thinking, this is the last game of the year. So all this story was easy to remember. So boom, and Lake Mary was what game 9. So around game 6 or 7, Tulane the whole time I was playing the season was pushing for me to graduate early and come up to school in January. And I'm gonna tell them, no, I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy my last
Mm.
semester of high school, and I don't even think I was where I was at academically to get it done either. So I
Mm.
would have had to do a lot during the season. That's just not what I wanted to do. So they started fading away, not communicating to me as much. You compete with somebody, emotions change. So around like married time, I think I remember them saying, like, hey, like y'all ain't been talking to me as much. What's up? And this was just me and the coach at first, because this is the relationship I had with my recruiter. He was a linebackers coach, so I still got love for him today. This one nothing to do with him, but
Mm.
the offense coordinator stopped talking to me so much. So he hit me back and was like, "Hey, can I call you?" Like,
Mm.
oh, here we go. So I remember we was in the old house. We went in his house downstairs. I'm like, "What's up?" He gave me the news. Da da da. We want a JUCO route because we want somebody to be able to come in and make an impact right now early. So I was like, "Okay, I respect it." Hung up. Da da da. I went there. I mean, I was mad, but I wasn't tripping off it. I'm like, okay, now I just gotta make sure, and I think that's what fueled me through them playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna do what I need to do to get where I'm going. Somebody else, because coaches were still talking to me, but out of respect to Tulane, when I commit, they told me we're gonna honor your scholarship if you honor us. So I'm honoring people, telling people like, hey,
Mm.
right, my recruitment closed. I'm going to Tulane.
Mm.
So I'm turning these people down. I'm turning down Power Fives. Some wanted me at quarterback, some mostly wanted me at safety, and an athlete.
Mm.
And so I told them. Then I remember I went and told my pops afterwards, and he snapped. He called him back. So I think he called him off his phone. They told him. Linebacker coach at the time. I don't know if Coach Mute's still there, but he all sad. We like, man, it's
Mm.
good. So the story went out. Everybody went about Tulane, and I want to say about probably like 4 weeks later after we played, we were Sanderwood, Brantley, and then Winter Park. After Winter Park, it was like November. Butch Davis called me and was like, "Hey, I just got the job. I want to offer you." And before then, FIU didn't even offer me. Like
Mm.
they came and was like, "Yeah, you on our board, but." We gonna evaluate you more. So I was like, all right,
Mm.
man. I ain't never heard of FIU before. Y'all came and talked to me. Then Butch get there, right? I mean, it was Butch first day. He was like, hey, man, I don't know what's up, but I'm offering you. And
Mm.
then when we went after that DP game, the AD came to the DP game.
Mm.
They told me to come down there, so I went down there, seen the school, like what I saw, and committed that day.
I mean, I know you couldn't have not like Miami.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
That's the real thing. Is it's like you say about Miami, but it's like it's the same as like UCF. People think UCF in Orlando, but we
Mm.
know it's in Oviedo. That's the
Mm.
thing with Miami. You in the action, but you ain't in it
Mhm.
really. You down the
Mhm.
street from it. That's what I like about FIU.
That's real. So basically, did FIU just come in the picture as in like, was Butch Davis talking to you before, or was like you? So you never even thought of a FIU to come into. You was worried about trying to go somewhere else.
They don't.
Hmm.
Nah, like FIU when they came to school, I remember they offered some boys on the team. They offered me. They told me like we're gonna evaluate you. They was coming to practice. They'll look at me,
So this is
be like, we
preseason.
like you and all that, but they never pulled the trigger. Huh?
When is during the season they was doing this or preseason? When did they?
Yeah, like during the season.
Okay.
During the season, they'll come and watch our practices, and they'll be like, we're evaluating you. This was the old staff,
Oh,
and
okay.
then when they got fired and Butch came,
I know.
Butch Butch pulled the trigger right then and there.
I know your pops was like going crazy because Butch Davis, that's big time. You know, if people don't
Yeah,
know Butch,
he was.
he got a legacy out of this world. I mean, yeah, he built a lot of programs. He built a lot of
Man,
pro.
I mean, look what he from year one. He done turned it around for us. I ain't had a losing season in college. Before we got there, they was 3-11 or 3-1 and 3-9. When
Mm.
we get that first year, we went 7-4. So, he a great coach. He gonna get the job done.
What's some of the things you learn like? Oh, this what make him. Like you just being around him, just observing him, or something he might have said or say to you to this day. Like,
He led. He put his rules. They just say morals because it's something he been living by. I'm assuming for a while,
mm,
and he lived by them. He don't change. He all about his win, win, win with him, and he know what to do to win. He just know football. You feel me? So he able to break down the game. He able to evaluate you and let you know what you need to do, and
mm,
just don't the motivational part of it. He make you want to run through a brick wall.
mm,
He a great coach to play for. I mean, I don't know if you heard too many people, talk bad about Butch.
mm.
Butch, he gonna help you, and obviously his connections. That was one of the main things. He know people. He get people to come in and talk to us. So Butch a great coach. I mean, as he a program builder. All he do is win. You look at his record.
Yeah, he made the U the U most definitely. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I mean, so sometimes, man, I feel like we looking back on things. That's when it kind of makes sense. Cause your senior year, you're having, I mean, what you was all state second team your senior year. You know what I mean? Had hold on, you threw for 2,223 yards. You rushed for 646 yards. So it's like it's a real good season. And then Tulane called and like, nah, you know what I'm saying? We gonna go into a different direction. And you a senior, like I know how that feel because I didn't sign till late my senior year. And it's like you feel like, what am I gonna do the rest of my life? Like you trying to figure out who gonna come in the picture, what's gonna do whoop whoop whoop
Hmm.
whoop, and then the mindset of just like, you know, just staying at it. It gets tough because you like, man, I worked so hard. I'm thinking, you pitching your life out there into land. You like, oh, we gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and then all of a sudden, just snatched from
Yeah.
you. What's during that whole time, what's some of the things you kept to yourself or saying things you were saying to yourself like, okay, Kaylan, we need to stay focused, do you like what's some of the yeah.
Mm, To be honest, like I told you, after I got the call, which was after the Lake Mary game, well, it was affecting me. But them next couple weeks, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. My head was in. Well, that's the thing with me. When my head's somewhere, so in my head, this will get a state championship and let everything else fall its course. So every week, boom, we had the bye week. I told you the last team that want to play that bye week. It was about us getting healthy, getting ready to roll.
Mm,
So boom, we played Sandalwood. Boom, we was ready to go. We
mm,
knocked Sandalwood out. Now I'm worried about Brantley. Now I'm worried about Winter Park. Now I'm worried about DP. I
mm.
wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking. Like yeah, I was thinking about afterlife. But when this time was coming, as it was getting closer to where we
Right.
wanted to go, it was get that done and everything follow its course. As you know who my dad is, so he in my ear like, just everything gonna fall in place. So I wasn't worried about it too much because I still did have people talking to me. I had
Mm,
people coming to me. I got these schools talking to me about switching positions. So
mm,
that's why in my head I wasn't able to truly pay attention to that. I was like, y'all, I worry about y'all
mm.
because this is they didn't have early signing day like they do now back then. It was everybody still signing February.
Okay.
So in my head, I'm like, man, I got to February. I ain't even worried about all of this.
Mm.
And then even after the DP game, when the AD came up to me, this FIU Pete come talk to me. I ain't even want to talk to him then. I ain't care about no college. I'm like, man, I lost my chances of a state championship.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what really what my head was.
So you just took it a day at a time, a week at a time.
Yeah,
That's real. And then
yeah.
you didn't try to go too far in the future. You just stay right here in the moment.
You got to. If you look too far, you're gonna miss where you at right
Mm.
now.
That's real. So like I said, man, FIU was the blessing in disguise. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean,
rather be in Miami than New Orleans.
how you like it out there? You enjoying yourself outside the field and
I mean, yeah, it's real good. I mean, it's a nice atmosphere. Obviously, everything off in Miami is just expensive.
mm,
Growing up, we growing up. All we had was Orlando that really, and
mm-hmm,
Orlando ain't gonna cost as much as it do down there. But
mm-hmm.
other than that, I mean, it's great. It's Miami.
I feel
All
it.
you gotta say.
I feel it. So we going to FIU. We get out there. They want redshirt you the first year. A lot of people take it as a negative. Some people take it as a positive. What was your reaction? What was your thoughts? How'd you feel
Learn to
about it?
play ball. Learn.
We hope you enjoyed the first part of this interview. We got so much content for the people, for you guys to elevate, for you guys to get better, for you guys to get to that contract season. But first step, we need you to sign up, get an account with the company, get an account so you be part of the family. You know what I mean? A lot of perks. You get discounts on designs we got coming out, on giveaways. You know what I mean? You get the first dibs, you get a chance to come to certain events we have. It's just, you separate yourself, in the elite mindset. You know what I mean? You're going to be around individuals that's trying to get to the same thing you're trying to get to. And whatever that is, that goal, that dream, you just want better. And that's what we all want here at contract season. So at the end of the day, um, we building and we want you to be a part of it. So create that account. You can watch part 2 of this interview. You can watch part 2 of all the other interviews and then the exclusive content we have further down the road. So y'all be good, man. Hope everybody's well and get to your contract season.
You are now watching the contract season movement.